I'd love to get into mercury though, because I think mercury is a huge topic, and I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about the mercury fillings and how a holistic dentist would handle the mercury fillings. So I know once again we do have a slide to show mercury fillings, but before we put up the slide, maybe you can just explain a little bit about it.
Well, first of all, it's called amalgam, the material that we use in dentistry. And amalgam has been wonderful in the sense it's helped people save their teeth in the past generation. It's still used today. However, in 1990, Dean Nikiforou, the dean at University of Toronto, said the time has come that we have other materials and we ought to consider it. Because the amalgam has 50% mercury in it. And mercury is known to be dangerous.
So maybe we can show what a mouth full of mercury looks like, and what your thoughts are of how to remove it, and you know, if somebody does have mercury in their mouth, what do we do?
Exactly.
Yeah, because I'd be afraid if I had the mercury in my mouth, if you're saying it's dangerous to be in the mouth. So maybe...
Well, I'm saying to you that that's always going to be your choice if you want it or not. But some people have shared values, and they check when they go to the grocery store all the ingredients in all the foods they buy. Right? And other people, doesn't matter, and they're very strong, and there's lots of people walking out there fine. And there's other people who are afflicted with things a little bit more because of their sensitivities.
Could it be capped, meaning like nothing is leaking from the mercury in the mouth, so it's not a danger to the person?
Well, there's arguments saying that it could be dangerous or even more dangerous. So the idea is that we need to be as pure as possible. And that's just our world. You know what? Way back when it didn't matter, but with all the pesticides and all the additives that we have in our world, everything becomes so much exponential. Like, you know, an apple has 13 pesticides put on it before it's picked from a tree. And so all these allergies that people have, and all the irritable bowel syndrome, and all the, you know, the whole body complex of environmentally sensitivity that we never used to have, that I just feel it's important that we be as clean as possible. So do we have the picture up of the
We did. Yeah, it was up actually.
It's coming, it's gone.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
people will say to me, well, do I have it in my mouth? And I said, well, just look inside. If you see anything that's gray or silver shiny, then yes, you do.
And what do they do if they have it in their mouth? Do they keep it? Do they remove it?
Right. That's a personal choice, okay? It really is something that people have to choose to do. A lot of people say, yeah, but if I have it out, I'm going to get sicker. And the truth is if it's done properly, with proper protocol, that nothing gets into your system, you're going to be safe. But you need to find somebody who believes in that and will work to protect you for that. But it can be taken out, and you'll have beautiful white teeth after that, and you'll not remember the scars of the past, because a lot of people blame themselves, right? Like, my mother told me I shouldn't have the chocolate. I hid it under the bed, and I ate it through Halloween and everything else like that.
We have to go to break, but when we come back, I want to know how we can remove them safely and what the effects are when we're removing them. When we come back, more on holistic dentistry. Hi, welcome back to My Matters. We're discussing holistic dentistry. So what I learned just now over the break is that how controversial mercury actually is, because it, you know, really it's like, do I, don't I, is it dangerous, isn't it? I mean, it's obviously dangerous. It's a toxic substance. So, I mean, how do we get it out of our mouth safely if we wanted to, let's say?
Well, we do a special protocol, and I've been trained in this because I want to make sure that no mercury gets into the brain. You know, my psychiatrist will tell you that the acceptable levels of mercury in the brain is 0%. And we don't want to get into our body either, because it can actually act as an imposter on our cells and not allow proper function. But the whole issue is that society, medicine has a hard time really accepting mercury as being toxic, only because there isn't one direct result for each person. Everybody, it's a little bit different. But it just seems that once the amalgam is taken out, the ceiling gets lifted off and people are able to respond better. And they tell me that they don't have the metallic taste in their mouth, they have more energy, they're able to make more decisions, the brain fog has lifted. And those are the things that I get told over and over again, because I've been doing this for over 27 years. So people come to me because they come from their naturopath or their doctor, and they say, I have heavy metal toxicity and I know what, this is something I have to get out. And so usually they do all sorts of other things, because who wants to look and work in their mouth? But there is a way. I mean, we work with a rubber dam, I work with oxygen, we do biocompatibility testings. I've written an article about it, but it's a way of actually eliminating the silver mercury filling in such a way that nothing seeps into underneath the dam.
I was just going to ask, so nothing gets released into the body.
Right, and or methylates into the brain.
Exactly. So there is a way to do that, because I've seen documentaries on the fact that once you remove the filling, you've just released all this mercury into the body, and it might be even safer to keep it in.
Yeah, right. So
but
it needs to be done. You just find, if you really wanted to do this, or one of our listeners does, the important thing is find a dentist who really doesn't use it and has a protocol to protect you, and ask the questions and do your research. And you can do, you'll find things on the internet. It's all over the place. But it's one of these things that you have to go to somebody who believes in what you believe in.
Right.
And then, you'll get it handled, and you won't be worried about the detox. I mean, it's still important to detox before and afterwards, and lots of vitamin C before, lots of vitamin C afterwards, a very organic diet, lots of no sugars, no white flours. You need to really cleanse the body because it takes time, and it can be up to 3 months afterwards. So you had asked me, like, do you do one at a time? And really, I said, you're going to be detoxing for the rest of your life. So we tried, we do it in quadrants, and we do it in a specific sequence. So that's how it gets done.
Okay.